Hello. Are we live? Jasmine, are you still here? Oh, it looks like we have a few people. Hello. Welcome to our new time slot. Just before I was about to press go live, my lawyer called and it was really important. I'm like, I have to take this. Hey, Shane. Hey, Devira. Listen, I'm on YouTube Live because YouTube doesn't have a 1 hour time limit. So the link is in the bio in Instagram. If you could click on that link and go to YouTube, and we're going to start the class shortly. Hey, Patty. Hello and welcome. I'm going to be on YouTube Live. So if you're joining me on Instagram, please switch over to the link in the Instagram bio that will take you to the YouTube Live class. Okay? And if you're there too, then just, you can jump off Instagram. It's fine. Lana's here. Hey, how are you? I hope this new time works for people, and I hope it's accommodating your work schedule. And if people need it to be altered still, I'm open. For the most part, I'm here all day. So, yeah. Double fun, Shane, you're too much. So yeah, if anyone is joining me on Instagram, get off. No, I'm joking. But seriously, get off. If you're joining me on Instagram, we're going to go to YouTube. The link for YouTube is on the bio in Instagram. Okay. I'm ready to begin too, and I'm excited to begin. It's a bit easier for me to do it a bit later in the day because the body's a bit more limber. So we're going to do a little bit of lifting exercises. So I'll probably wait like 1 more minute and I'll just dialogue. If anyone has questions, I like questions. I like feedback. It helps me understand what's happening on the other end. And especially because we're on YouTube, it's not Zoom where I can see everybody. And because I can't see, if you're giving me some question or some sense of feedback, it's really helpful. So I'm going to shut down Instagram now. If you are on Instagram and you want to do the class, it is totally free. Just click on the link in my bio and Instagram to get to YouTube. And we're going to start on YouTube, okay? So that sucker's done. Lifting, for the most part, if we're just on our seats and we're lifting our bum in the air, we're getting our bum off the ground. And that is a lift. That's a lot of work. Don't kid yourself. It's hard. It's hard for people, especially if they have shorter arms. Yes, our limbs are all different lengths. Most of us actually have a spine that's a similar height. So if you sit down beside a bunch of people, most people have an equalized height. So when they stand up, you kind of go, oh, wow, that person's really tall. And it's just the femur bone. The same thing is reflected in the arms. Some humerus bones are longer than others. So if you have longer humerus bones, it's going to be easier to lift. And you're not doing anything wrong. And you're not cheating if you get a couple of blocks to help you lift. So just lift the hips off the floor. It's okay to keep your feet down, but you're straightening the arms and engaging your bandhas. And again, when I say bandha two-step, I was talking with another student, Louise Lee, because we were trying to find, she was like, Mark, help me find the bandhas. I don't get it. And traditionally, bandha engagement is taught Mula Bandha first, then Uddiyana Bandha. And Uddiyana Bandha is a byproduct of Mula Bandha, which you could argue sure is true. I'm just teaching it the other way because I'm finding that just as a teacher in general, when you teach things forwards and backwards, you're reaching two different audiences because there is no right way. So what I'm saying is engage Uddiyana Bandha first, and that's pulling the belly button to the spine as much as you can, then lifting the pelvic floor because you have something to lift against when you're holding your belly in. We'll play with that today. So let's come to our mats. I didn't even get my mat set up. Haha. It's my legs. My legs. I'm not used to being on camera. It's bizarre. But I'm glad everyone made it. I just like to connect to people, and that's the one thing I really miss most and that I have a difficult time with in this pandemic. So. Okay, I think that's good. If you need to use a couple of blocks or a couple of books, I would go ahead and just have them ready. And even if you're doing like forward bends or a twist and you need a block, that's not a cheat. That's normal. It's just what you got to do. So when it comes to the front of the mat, press the feet down, lift your thighs up into your hip socket so your legs are nice and strong, and breathe. Your priority today for this class, for this 1 hour, is concentrated breathing. Hold your belly in, draw the tail down. Lengthen your sternum up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. So let's try the Bandha two-step for a second. Belly in. You're breathing up here. Lift your pelvic floor. Okay, hold that engagement. And now we're going to start. Inhale, bring your arms up. Hold your Bandha two-step. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Your rib cage is heavy. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Hold the belly in. Exhale, push into your hands. Step or jump back. You can hold here in plank or lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Strong legs, heavy hips, arms back, chest forward. Exhale, lift your rib cage up and back as you move into downward dog. Sound your breath. 1. Spread your fingers, spread the toes. Try to make the arms and legs as long as you can. 2. Try to reach your heels down and lengthen your big toes forward, engaging your legs more. 3. Rotate the armpits in towards each other so the shoulder blades are coming away from the spine. Keep breathing. 4. Find your Bandha two-step. Belly in, tilt your chest. 5. As you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Lengthen your head up. Exhale, fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale, push into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach away from strong legs. Bandha two-step. Exhale, release your hands. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Relax your lower back. Heavy rib cage. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Hold the belly in. Exhale, push into your hands, step or jump back. Again, you can hold plank, maybe lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Strong legs, heavy hips, arms back, chest forward. Exhale, lift your rib cage up and back, downward dog. Hold for 5. 1. Long arms, long legs, long spine, long breath. Over and over. 2. Heels down, big toes forward. Lengthen your index fingers forward so the hands are mimicking the feet. 3. Find your Bandha two-step. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Rotate the armpits in towards each other. 4. 5. As you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees. Step or hop. Lengthen your head up. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale, push into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach away from strong legs. Exhale, Samasthiti. Let's do that once more. Inhale, find your Bandha two-step as you reach up. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Belly in. Exhale, push into your hands. Step or jump back. You can always hold plank or lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Hold and breathe for 5. 1. Long arms, long legs, long spine, long breath. 2. Find your Bandha two-step. Belly and lift the pelvic floor. Rotate the armpits in so everything's moving into center line. 3. As you move everything into center line, reach the hands and feet away from center so the limbs are longer. 4. And if you miss a cue, I'm still your friend. Who cares? 5. As you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees. Step or hop. Lengthen your head up. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale, push into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach. Exhale, Samasthiti. Still having your butt engaged. Inhale. Bend your knees. Tail forward. Arms up. Surya Namaskar B. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale. Lengthen your head up. Hold the belly in. Exhale. Push into your hands. Step or jump back. Lowering down. Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Full breath. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. Exhale, downward dog. It matters that you're taking full breaths. Turn your left foot into 45. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, come up, strong back leg. Reach your hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back and lower chaturanga. Slow inhales, upward dog. Slow exhales, downward dog. Turn right, step left. Stay low. Inhale up, bending your front knees, square your hips. Hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower chaturanga. Slow inhales every time. Slow exhales every time. Hold. 1. Slow down your inhale. Control the exhale. 2. Long arms and legs, as long as you can, reaching away from center. 3. Heels down, big toes forward, index fingers forward. 4. 5, as you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend the knees, step or hop. Lengthen your head up. Exhale and fold, relax your lower back. Inhale, bend your knees, tail forward. Find your bandhas as you bring your arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Let's do that once more. Inhale, bend your knees, tail forward, arms up. Your bandhas are still engaged. Exhale and fold. They're still engaged as you move. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Turn left, step right. Stay low, hinge from your pelvis. Come up, bend your front knees, square your hips, hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Turn right, step left. Stay low, hinge from your pelvis. Hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, hands coming down, step back and lower chaturanga. Slow inhales. Slow exhales. Control the exhale. 2, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Rotate the armpits in, finding bandhas over and over. 3, it's okay to forget and remind yourself. You can remind yourself 1,000,000 times. That's normal. 4, 5, as you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop. Lengthen your head up. Exhale, fold, relax your lower back, hinging from your pelvis. Inhale, bend your knees. Find your bandhas as you bring your arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Separate your feet hip distance. Inhale, catch your big toes. Lengthen your head up. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Hold. 1, lean your weight forward. Press the feet down. Work the legs straighter. 2, straighten your belly button, lifting up. Lengthen your rib cage down. 3, bending your elbows and bring the shoulders away from the ears so we're not hunching. 4, maybe give the toes a little tug with your arms. 5, inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, stay there, do nothing. Next, inhale, step on the palms, the soles of the feet, toes touch your wrist. Exhale and fold. Totally fine to bend your knees. I'm still your friend. Breathe. 1, let your belly button lift up, lengthen your rib cage down. 2, squeeze your thighs into center line, hold your belly in, belly lifting up, rib cage lengthening down. 3, still bending your elbows if you can, bring the shoulders away from the ears. That's part of the trick. 4, 5, inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, work your way back up into standing Samasthiti. If you want, you can step your right foot back. I'm going to step the left foot back for Trikonasana. Bringing your arms up. Exhale, shift the hips towards the left. Reach towards the right. Hand can come down the shin, the ankle, or the foot. Left hand can stay on the hip or reach up to the ceiling and hold. 1, find your bandhas again. Belly and lift your pelvic floor. Now lengthen away from the hips. It's a different pose now. 2, push your top hand forward like you're pushing into a wall. Twist your chest up towards the hands. Breathe. 3, find the strength in your back leg. Lengthen away from the hips. Find your bandhas again. 4, 5, exhale, look down. Inhale up, pivot the feet towards the left. Exhale, shift the hips towards the right. Reach towards the left, hand down on your shin, ankle, or foot. Right hand can stay on the hip to help you twist or reach your hand up. If there's another variation you like, guess what? I'm still your friend. Breathe. 1. So you still find your bandhas. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Now lengthen your rib cage. 2, and push your top hand forward like it's pushing into a wall. Twist your chest up. 3, find the strength in both of your legs. These are your foundations. Bandhas, length, all the time. 4, and if you come out, come back in. That's all normal. 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. We'll turn the feet towards the front. Right hand on the hip, left hand up. Exhale, pull your right hip back. Reach your left hand forward. That hand can come down on the inside edge, maybe on a block, maybe on top of your foot or the outside edge. You can bring a block wherever you need. Same karmic points and breathe. I'll use a block today. This is awesome. 1, so you still favor the inner edge of the front foot. Work the front leg longer, driving your right hip back. 2, as you drive the right hip back, lengthen your rib cage forward, away from the hips. 3, find your bandhas. Belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Push your top hand forward and twist. 4. 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, coming up, we'll pivot the feet towards the left. Left hand on the hip, right hand up. Exhale, pull your right hip back, reach your right hand forward. And your hand can come down inside edge, on top or outside edge of the foot. There is no correct version. Draw that left hip back and then lengthen your rib cage forward. And then you can maybe release your hand up and hold. 1, drawing the left hip back, find your bandhas. Belly and lift your pelvic floor. 2, push your top hand forward, twist your chest up. 3, right shoulder blade down the back. You'll come a bit deeper. 4 and 5. Exhale, look down. Well done. Inhale, coming up. We'll just take a wider stance. For Parsha Konasana, bending the right knee. You want the hips to stay facing the long side of the mat. And then you can release your right elbow down on the knee, left arm above your left ear. Maybe right hand down outside the foot. Hold there. You just do what you can. 1, opening up the knees towards the wall behind you. 2, the pinky side of your left hand chops down. That's going to help the shoulder blade come away from the spine. 3, and as you chop the arm down, it'll access the core strength to help you twist up. Bandhas, find them. 4. 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, coming up, we'll pivot the feet towards the left. Keep the hips facing alongside the mat. You just bend the left knee. It's a different stretch when you do that. Then release your left elbow on the knee, right arm above the right ear. Maybe your left hand down the outside edge of the foot and hold. 1, find your bandhas. Belly and lift the pelvic floor. Twist up as much as you can. 2, the pinky side of your right hand is chopping down, so the shoulder blade comes away from the spine. 3, and as you chop the arm down, you access core strength to help you twist. 4 and 5, exhale, look down. Well done. Inhale, come up. Pivot the feet towards the right. Come down to your left knee. Left elbow across the right knee. Now we have a tendency here of dropping the ribs. So you want to lift your rib cage up. Hold your bandhas in. Now twist and slide the armpit down. You could stay here in prayer. Maybe straighten your back leg. Maybe left hand down. Maybe right arm above the right ear. 1, find your bandhas first. 2, once you find your bandhas, lengthen. 3, chop your arm down, twist your chest up if you're extending. 4, left shoulder blade down the back as much as you can. 5, exhale, look down. Inhale up. Pivot to the left. Come down to your right knee. Right elbow across the left knee. And again, lift your rib cage up because it wants to drop, and that's normal. Find your bandhas. Pull them in. Now twist and slide down. You can do that a couple times if you need to. Once you're in the pose, pull your bandhas in. You can get a little bit more twist. And stay there in prayer. Maybe right hand down. Maybe left arm above your left ear. That's 1. Bandhas in, belly and lift your pelvic floor. 2, and you're trying to lengthen your rib cage away from the hips. 3, right shoulder blade down the back. If you can't, strengthen your back leg. 4, 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And we'll take the feet in a little bit for Prasarita Padasana. Hands in your hips. Inhale, chest up. Exhale and fold, hands down between your feet, shoulder distance. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, fold, crown the head towards the floor. Hold here. 1, lean your hips forward, press the feet down, work your legs longer. 2, find your bandhas. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. You find that'll take you deeper. 3, if you want, you can bring the hands to the rib cage. Heavy ribs now. They sink to the floor. You notice it's deeper still. 4, You just need to relax a little bit. 5, inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, step your hands forward. We'll start to bring the feet out to the side in a wide-legged splits. And you just go as far as you can. Now, ideally, you're lifting the soles of the feet to face either wall so that you're getting a true stretch in the adductors and you're not compromising your ankles. Maybe come down to your elbows. Some people can come down to their chest. You just do what you can. 1, shift the weight back. Find your bandhas, belly, and lift your pelvic floor. 2, and you find when you engage the bandhas, it really comes deep in the adductor muscles. Keep breathing. 3, send the breath to the adductors, the part that's stretching, and let them relax just a little bit. 4, don't force anything here. And 5, well done. Okay, let's bring our feet back to their original position. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you and fold forward for C version. We just want to stretch out the rotator cuff. 1, so allow your shoulders to roll forward and be heavy. 2, find your bandhas, belly and lift your pelvic floor. 3, heavy rib cage, shoulders rolling forward. 4. And 5, inhale, working your way all the way back up. And exhale, let's come back to the front of the mat. Samastitihi. We'll do Utthita Hasta Paringushtasana. Left hand on the hip. Inhale, your right knee or big toe or your leg straight up. If you can, bend your elbow, lift your leg, hold there. 1. If your leg is bent, that's fine. Try to lead the heel forward and stop at your tension point. 2, otherwise point the foot, tighten the grip, and bend your elbow. 3, drop your right hip down, bend your elbow more. 4. 5, inhale your head up. Exhale the leg or the knee out to the side, gaze to your left. 1, driving weight down into your left foot over and over. That's the line of energy. 2, find your bandhas, belly and lift your pelvic floor, rib cage stays put. 3, maybe you can bend your right elbow if the leg is extended. 4. And 5, inhale your leg into center for 1 breath. Exhale, maybe you can fold and then release the foot, hands on your hips. 1, point the foot but flex the big toe. 2, pull the leg into the hip socket, drive your left leg down. 3, so 1 leg comes in, 1 leg goes down. 4. And 5, exhale, kick the leg back, catch it with your right hand, left hand up. Exhale and fold, hold here. 1, relax your breath, relax your face. 2, you don't have to go deeper, you just have to breathe. 3, holding your bandhas if you can, belly and lifting your pelvic floor. It does make a difference. 4. And 5, and inhale, release, other side. Right hand on the hip, left knee, big toe or leg up. If you can, exhale and fold, hold there. 1, point the foot if you can, but flex your big toe. 2, bring your left shoulder back and right shoulder forward so the shoulders are squaring. 3, drop your left hip. It's going to help you bring your foot higher if you're there. 4. And 5, inhale your head up, exhale the leg or the knee to the side, gaze towards the right. 1, driving weight down into your right foot over and over. 2, as you drive that weight down, belly and lift your pelvic floor so the bandhas are working with it. 3, maybe you can bend your left elbow. 4. 5, inhale your leg into center. If you can, exhale and fold chin to your shin. And then inhale, release your foot, hands on the hips, hold. 1, left leg draws into the hips. 2, left leg in, right leg down. 3, bandhas, belly in and lift your pelvic floor as you keep this cycle of energy going. 4. And 5, kick the leg back, catch it with your left hand, right hand up. Exhale, maybe start to fold a bit. That's 1. We're just counterposing. 2, find your bandhas if you can. 3, breathe. 4, you don't have to go deeper, you just have to breathe. 5, inhale, coming back up, and exhale, release. Shake it out. Let's come back to the front. We'll do some hip openers. Inhale, if you can, bring the right foot above your left knee. I'll stay here in a diagonal so you can see me better. And exhale, bend your standing leg, rest your hands or elbows on the shin. Maybe your hands come onto blocks or to the floor. And you're trying to bring your thighs parallel to the floor. Hold. 1, flex the right foot, bend your standing leg more. 2, press your rib cage down, belly back, chest forward. 3, try to resist the arms against your shin. It comes a bit deeper still. Sink the hips a little. 4. 5. Okay, inhale, straighten your left leg, lengthen. Exhale, do nothing. Next, inhale, coming all the way back up. And exhale, release, and we'll switch sides. Inhale, Left foot above your right knee. Exhale, bend your standing leg. You can bring your hands or elbows in the shin. Maybe hands all the way down. Hold here. 1, flex the left foot against the arm, bend your standing leg more. 2, try to resist the arms back and pull your chest forward. 3, sink your hips a little, keep holding your bandhas in. 4. And 5, inhale, straighten your leg and lengthen. Exhale, do nothing. Next inhale, coming all the way back up. And exhale, release, shake it out. Let's come back to the front, Surya Namaskar. And we're going to go into our warriors. Inhale your arms up. Keep your bandhas engaged. Exhale and fold. Hands down beside the feet. Inhale, lengthening your head up. Exhale, step or jump back. Again, you can hold here or lower chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly downward dog. Turn left, step right. Stay low. Keep this right knee bent. Bring the hands on your pelvis. Hinge from your pelvis so you're not bending your lower back. Hinge from here. Belly and lift your pelvic floor. And if you want, you can take cactus arms or reach your arms up. 1, strong back leg, bend the front knee more. 2, bring your right hip back and left hip forward. 3, try to chop your arms forward. As you do that, bring your rib cage back and your tail forward. 4, 5, inhale, straighten your right leg. Turn the feet to the back. And then exhale, bend your left knee. But try to keep your pelvis tilting up so we're not bending in the lower back. Maybe you can reach your arms up. 1, strong back leg, bend your front knee more. 2, left hip back, right hip forward. Chop your arms forward. Rib cage back, tail forward. 3, finding your bandhas, belly and lift your pelvic floor. 4, 5, inhale, open up your palms. Warrior 2 position. Hold here. 1, open up the knees towards the wall behind you. 2, bandhas, belly and lift your pelvic floor. Now lengthen. 3, if you want to find your shoulder blades, turn your palms up. Keep the shoulder blades in place. Now turn your palms down. 4, 5, inhale, straighten your left leg. Turn the feet towards the right. Exhale, bend your right knee. Hold here. 1, bandhas, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Now lengthen away from that. 2, opening up the knees towards the wall behind you. 3, turn the palms up, keep the shoulder blades in place. Now turn your palms down. 4 and 5. Exhale, bring the hands down and we'll step back. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Coming into seated after this. Exhale, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward into seated in your own way. Whatever way works for you to come onto your seat is fine. Keep your legs straight in front of you, hands on your hips, grow tall. Hold here, Dandasana, staff pose. 1, draw the legs into the hip sockets, grow tall against the energy of the legs. 2, press the hands down, shoulder blades down the back, lift them up into the chest. 3, find your bandhas, belly and lift the pelvic floor. Stay long in your torso, breathe up in the upper lungs. 4 and 5. Inhale, reach the arms up. Now keep the length. Keep the length. Exhale, reaching forward. Don't drop, reach forward. Don't drop, lengthen forward. And let your hands come down wherever they fall. Hold here. 1, draw the thighs back. Keep lengthening your rib cage forward. 2, find your bandhas, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Allow the pelvis to tilt. 3, maybe bending your elbows, shoulders back, and chest forward. 4, 5, inhale your head up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you, 6 inches. Roll your shoulders forward for Purvottanasana. Inhale, heels down, hips up, drop your head back. 1, roll your shoulders forward, lift your chest up. 2, belly in, tail up, hips higher. 3, more weight to the feet. 4 and 5, and lowering down. And you can take a break there. If you want to take a vinyasa, go ahead. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales, upward dog. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. Full exhales, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward into a seated position. Keep your left leg straight, lift up your right leg. And then we're just going to move the leg around in the hip socket a little bit and use your arms to help you do that so that the tendons in the leg loosen up just a little bit, just so they get the cue, hey, it's okay now. Okay, you can stay here or interlace your fingers around the front of the shin. Roll your right hip forward, grow tall, hold here. 1, strong left leg, grow taller. 2, flex your right foot, bring the heel higher and the shin closer to your chest. 3, imagine this leg behind your head. That's where it's going to go. That's the direction it's moving now. 4, and 5, and release. And we'll just switch sides. Right leg straight, lift up your left leg. And we're gonna, again, use your arms just to help you relax the leg, shake it out. Okay. And then roll the left hip forward towards your right foot. Maybe interlace the fingers in the front of the shin. Hold here. 1, strong right leg, grow tall. 2, flex your left foot, bring the heel higher and the shin closer to your chest. 3, imagine this leg behind your head. That's where it's going to go. 4, and 5, and release the pose. And you can take a break there, or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Inhaling, upward dog. Take your time. Exhaling, downward dog. I see you. I see you. Okay, come forward into a seated position. And we're going to take Baddha Konasana. Open up, bring the feet together and let the knees fall to the side. And if your knees are lifting, that's normal. That's tight adductors, which everybody has. Just massage this muscle here. It's not the one on your hip, it's right here. You want to think of lengthening your knees out to the side. That's what's going to stretch out your adductors. If your knees do come down, start to hinge your pelvis forward, but don't drop, lengthen, just like we did with our legs extended. It's the same action. That's 1. Keep lengthening your knees out to the side. 2, as the knees lengthen, find your bandhas, belly in and lift your pelvic floor. 3, as you engage the bandhas, lengthen your rib cage forward. 4, and 5. Inhale, work your way back up. Use the hands to help you lift the knees, straighten your legs. 90 degrees. We don't want a wide-legged split, it's just 90 degrees. And if you're not that flexible or if your hamstrings are sore, just keep the hands here behind you. That's more than enough. You can stay here. Maybe you catch the feet. And again, if you're going to fold forward, don't drop your head. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen the whole time. Strong legs and hold. Breathe. 1, press the legs down, find your bandhas, belly and lift your pelvic floor. 2, so as you find that pelvic floor, lengthen your rib cage forward with that strength. 3, keep the arms strong against your feet so the feet have something to resist against. Draw the feet back, push the feet forward. 4, and 5. Inhale, come up. Exhale, stay there, do nothing. Next, inhale, lean your weight back. Lift up your arms, lift up your legs, catch your feet. It's okay to bend your knees. I'm your friend. 1, if your knees are bent, try to work your heels up. 2, and if your legs are straight, point your feet and drop your head back. 3, lengthen the torso away from the hips. Keep finding your bandhas here. 4, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. And 5, and cross your shins. Well done. You can take a break there or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales, whether you're moving or sitting, doesn't matter. And full exhales, moving into downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees. We'll come into a squat. So you want to jump the feet outside the hands. Otherwise, if you're seated, because you're lazy like me, I'm joking, it's hard to talk and move for the whole class. You can stay here. If you need to sit on a couple of blocks, that's fine. You want to draw the hips down towards your heels as much as possible. And it's normal to keep the hands in front. Maybe you can take prayer and try to come tall. Hold here. 1, draw your big toes inwards. It's going to help you squeeze the shoulders or the knees on your shoulders. That's 2. Draw your tail forward. Try to grow tall. 3, resist the shoulders back against the knees. So you're pushing the legs back and pulling your chest forward. 4, and 5. Let's play with a lift just for fun. So we'll play with Bakasana. And it's okay if your feet are down. It's okay if you're playing with weight shift. You don't have to come all the way up. You get to your tension point and you breathe there. But don't feel like you have to go into this, ridiculous extension that you see some other people do. So you're going to bring the hands about a foot in front, lean weight forward, squeeze the elbows on the knees, and you can stay here. Maybe lift up one foot or both. Hold here. 1, squeeze the knees against your arms. 2, belly back, chest forward. 3, maybe straighten your arms. 4, and 5, and lower down. Very well done. You could take a break here or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales. Keep your bandhas engaged. Exhale, downward dog. Moving with full breath. Gaze forward, bend the knees coming forward. And we're going to play with Navasana, then we're going to do some fun lifting with blocks. So if you don't have blocks, you'll need books or something like that to give you a bit of height. Lean the weight back. Bring your legs up. You can hold here or release your hands and hold. That's 1. Keep the knees at your chest, maybe your feet higher. 2, chop your arms down, lift your chest up. 3, pull your shoulders back, chest forward. So arms are chopping down and pulling back. 4, and 5, cross your shins. Inhale, lift, 1 breath. Exhale, lower. And again, inhale, lift up. 1, draw the legs into the hip sockets and then grow tall. 2, chop your arms down, pull the shoulders back, chest up. 3, and it's okay to do that action over and over if you kind of feel it slipping. 4, and 5, cross your shins. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last 1, inhale, lift up. 1, knees to your chest, maybe feet higher. 2, chop your arms down, lift your chest up. 3, pull your shoulders back, reaching your chest forward. 4, and 5, cross your shins. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. You can take a break there or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Deep inhale, whether you're moving. Exhale, jump back into chaturanga. Full inhales, whether you're moving or sitting, it doesn't matter. Full exhales, downward dog, whether you're moving or sitting, as long as you're taking full breaths. Gaze forward, bend the knees, come forward into seated. And if you have a couple of blocks or if you have some like big dictionaries that you don't really use, now they're going to be useful. Okay. We'll start here in our seat. Hug your legs in tight to your chest. So what we want to do here is when we release the legs, let the energy of the legs and core keep everything intact. So I can hug my legs, but they're not staying together because of my arms. They're staying together because of my leg strength and my core strength. Hands just in front of the hips. Lean your hips forward. Push into your feet. Inhale. You can lift up your hips. Maybe lift up 1 foot or both. Hold. 1, straight arms, bandhas. 2, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. 3, shorten the waist. Push the floor away like it's hot. 4, and 5. Very good. And release. Okay. It's very important when we're doing these lifts to accentuate the inhale. And I'm going to remind you on the next lift to do that. Because the core strength requires a lot of oxygen. It consumes a lot of it. So you really have to accentuate that. So when you come out of the pose, you're not going to be as exhausted. Okay? So we're going to come onto our shins now for Lolasana, pendulum pose. And I bring the blocks just by your knees. And again, we'll take it in stages. So my arms are straight. Bandhas have to engage, otherwise you're done. And here we want to push the blocks away and round your front. So I'm rounding the front here. Push the blocks down. Inhale. Bandhas are engaged. You can lift up your knees. Stand your feet. Maybe lift 1 foot or both. 1, push the floor away. 2, deep inhales. 3, knees higher. 4, find your bandhas. And 5, and lower down. Take a few breaths. So if you were taking those inhales, you'll probably notice it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as intense. If it was, well, just keep working, keep practicing. It can only get better if you keep practicing. And if you don't practice and you do it once in a while, hey, that's great too. There's no crime here. We're just playing as much as we can with our human experience. So we're gonna play with some jump backs and some exercises that'll help us jump back. So I'll demonstrate the first one. My blocks are just in front of my hips. They're between my hip and my knee. And I'll lift up my hips and draw the hips back. So hips up and now back. And that's work. You can stay here. Maybe step your feet back and straighten them. So we're starting to contract the core muscles. Maybe you can drag the feet back, drag them forward. That's a bit more work. Really what you want to do now, as much as possible, when you bring your hips back, bring your chest forward, curl the tail up so the feet lift. Now cross and straighten. Cross, straighten. Cross and straighten. Try that on your own. Blocks by your hips, chest forward. Inhale, lift up. Hips back, chest forward, and in any way you can, cross and straighten. Cross and straighten. Twice more. Cross and straighten. Other side. Cross and straighten and lower down. Breathe. Take a few breaths. That's a lot of work. One more breath. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is on our shins. So it's like Lolasana, only we're going to practice swinging back and swinging forward. I lied. I'm going to be on my seat. Never mind. So with the blocks here beside my hips, knees are hugging in. We're moving from our first lift to the second lift. So from just a straight hip lift up, back into Lolasana. It's going to look like this. Inhale, lift up and swing back and come forward. Now, if that's not possible, it's okay. You can lift up your hips and you can step back, step forward. Your core is still really engaged when you're doing this. That's fine. Maybe a slight drag back or a hop back and a slow hop forward. Ideally, when you lift up and swing back, slow down forward as much as you can. Maybe switch sides. Swing back, slow down forward, okay? Let's try that. Blocks by your hips. Inhale, knees up, hips up, maybe feet up, and swing back, slow forward. Swing back, breathe, slow forward. Inhale, deep inhale. Okay, and lower down. That's a lot of work. Breathe. Okay. We're going to try one more. And if you're tired and if you're done, it's okay to take a break. And fortunately, it's going to be on YouTube, so you can go back and revisit this. We're going to tie everything together. So what I'm going to do is start off here with my legs in front of me and tying, okay? Doesn't mean that you're cheating, so try it. Legs in front, hands in your blocks. And exhale, cross, swing back, slow forward, and straighten. One more time. Inhale, cross, stepper, swing back, stepper, slow forward, and lower. It's fun. I hope you revisit this video just for fun. So hey, don't worry about it. I'm not making any money. It's all good. There's no cheating is what I say. Or there's no ill intent. Okay. If you're tired, go ahead, take a break. Otherwise, take one more vinyasa. We'll start our back bends. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, jump back and lower chaturanga. Full inhales every time. Full exhales every time. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward to seated. Preparing for back bends. And I'm going to do bridge where I grab my ankles and stretch the front of my body that way. But if you want to take Urdhva Dhanurasana, go ahead. If you want to rest your hips on top of a block, so you stretch out the front of the hip flexor, that's fine too. So bend your knees, bring the heels by the hips. Push into your feet, inhale your hips up. I'm grabbing the ankles, hold here and breathe. 1, favor the inner edges of the feet to try to straighten your legs more. 2, bandhas, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. 3, if your arms are down, push the arms down, lift your chest up more. 4, and 5, and lower. And again, inhale, lift up. 1, favor the inner edges of your feet. 2, bandhas, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. 3, resist the feet into the hands back into the feet, shoulders down, chest up. 4, and 5, and lower. Very good. 1 more. Inhale, lift up. 1, 2, 3. Find your bandhas if you don't have them. 4, it's okay to remind yourself a million times to find them again. And 5, and lower down. And then bring the knees towards your chest, rock side to side, massaging your paraspinals. And we didn't do Mary Chasna C earlier. That's the twist because we're going to do it now. So from here, allow your knees to fall towards the right. You can bring your right hand on top of the left knee, left hand out to the side, and gaze towards the left. Some people like to cross one leg over the other. Some people like to straighten their legs. That's up to you. Just be in a comfortable twist. It's going to help you release the sides and your lower back. That's 1. So relax your legs, heavy hips, heavy ribs. 2, slowing your breath down. 3, allowing your body to relax, and notice how it's heavier. The stretch comes deeper in this version when you relax. 4. And 5. Inhale, bring your legs back into center. And exhale, allow your legs to fall towards the left. Gaze towards your right. And again, if there's a variation of a twist that works for you, you go right ahead and do that. Breathe. Same thing, it's just a twist. 1, just relax in your twist. That's the only key instruction. And deepen your breath. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, bring your legs back into center. And hug your legs again, massaging your paraspinals. And if you want to rock up to a seated position, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll take a Sarvangasana from here. Actually, no, we're going to do a forward bend. I'm sorry. So go ahead, rock up to a seated position. If you're already taking your vinyasa, it's because you're advanced. Otherwise, you're a normal person. And once you come back into a seated position, you can straighten your legs. I like to hug the legs after back bends, but that's a personal choice. Just hold and a relaxed forward bend. That's 1. So it's just like a twist. Don't force the pose. Relax into it. 2, heavy rib cage, heavy head, heavy shoulders. Everything is heavy here. 3, stay with your breath. 4, you can still hold your bandhas a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly work your way back up. And if you want to take a vinyasa, go ahead. Otherwise, lie down your backs and prepare for shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. Inhale, pick up, and exhale, step or jump back lower. Full inhales, upward dog. Full exhales, downward dog. Full breaths, that's the most important thing. Then gaze forward, come into a seated position, and lie down on your backs. And it's fine if you just lift up your legs because we just want to reverse the blood flow out from the legs towards the heart. That's it. But if you can take a full shoulder stand, go ahead. Inhale, hips up, legs up, hands on your lower back. Hold there. That's 1. Hold your bandhas, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. 2, try to bring the elbows close together behind your back. 3, encourage the feet towards the elbows and the tail towards your face. You'll straighten out more. 4, sound the breath through your throat, squishing out your lymph nodes. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lower the legs down behind the head for Halasana. The feet do not have to come all the way down. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. You can keep the hands on your back, maybe onto the mat. It's up to you. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Look towards your feet or towards the wall behind you. It'll help you breathe. 4. If it's too deep, come out a little bit. 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll separate the hands, use the arms like breaks, and slowly lower down your hips. We'll just take happy baby from here. So bend the knees, grab onto the feet. Pull the knees down towards your armpits, rocking side to side. Hold there. 1. If you want to rock side to side or stay stationary, that's fine, doesn't matter. 2, bend your elbows to bring the knees down more. 3, but even though you're bringing down the knees, don't let the hips come up. Try to keep the hips pressing down. 4, so it's a deeper stretch in the hip rotators. 5, it's almost like legs behind the head. It's very similar. 6 is just the rotation of the femur bone that's different. 7. And 8. Okay, hug the legs into your chest. Rock up to a seated position. And you can take a break there or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales, upward dog. Full exhales, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward to a seated position. I just want to check the time. Yeah, we're okay. We can squeeze in a headstand. So If you need to move up against a wall, that's fine. If you're not taking headstand, you just take prep. No one's forcing you. Interlace your fingers, drop the crown of the head down, curl the back toes under, straighten your legs. Walk your feet in, and you can stay there. Maybe press your forearms down, reach your feet up and hold. 1, forearms down, rib cage in, tail and feet up. 2, find your bandhas, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. 3, as you hold the bandhas, relax your breath. 4, so you're staying in strength and staying comfortable in your breath. 5, 6, 7, forearms down, rib cage in, tail and feet up. 8, 9, and 10. Lower the legs down to pike if you can for 5. 1, long legs in pike. 2, super strong legs. 3, belly in, legs stronger. 4, and 5. Inhale if you can, come up for 1 breath. And then when you're ready, work your way all the way back down. And take a very comfortable child's pose. There is no count in Balasana. Let your head and shoulders roll forward and heavy. Maybe pull the tail down towards your feet so you stretch out your lower back a little bit. Open up the back side of the rib cage like it's a sail every time you inhale. And every time you exhale, let that sail soften down on your spine. Okay. Slowly work your way back up. Just step your hands forward, step your feet back, lower down. Chaturanga. Slow inhales, upward dog. There is no rush here. Slow exhales, downward dog. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. I can't tell because I can't see you. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward to a seated position. And we'll take our last 3 poses. So if you can't take full lotus, there is no crime. We're just going to do a cross-legged forward bend. So maybe you can catch the elbows and fold forward. Maybe hands in front of you, you stack your fists. Just be comfortable for 10 breaths. And that's 1. Again, you're relaxing the head and shoulders, forward and heavy. You're still counterposing headstand here. 2, try to keep your hips down and lengthen your rib cage forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly work your way back up. Take Chin Mudra, index fingers to the thumbs, backs the hands and the fronts of the knees for Padmasana, lotus pose. Hold here. 1, press the legs down, hold your belly in and lift your pelvic floor. 2, as your legs press down, grow tall away from the foundation of the legs. 3, straighten the fingers and the arms, bring the shoulder blades down the back, lift them forward into your chest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lift the gaze, release the mudra, and prepare for Utplitihi. If you want to bring the blocks back in, it's a bit easier to lift with blocks. And if you're not lifting up everything, I'm still your friend. Just find your bandhas, belly, and lift your pelvic floor. Lift up your knees, hands beside your hips. Inhale, lift up. And that's 1, bring your knees up. 2, lift your pelvic floor. 3, belly and lift the pelvic floor. 4, lifting your hips higher. 5, push the floor away like it's hot. 6, knees up. 7, thighs to your stomach. 8, curl the tail, lift your knees up. 9, and 10, and lowering down. Well done. And you can take a break there and start to lie down or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower down. Full inhales every time. Doesn't matter if you're off my count. Full exhales every time. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward into a seated position. I like to bring a book in for a pillow whenever I can and lie down onto your backs with the head on the book. So first you can bring the hands underneath your head, squeeze the elbows and lift the head up. So the head's relaxed, it's just the arms that are active. And slowly lengthen your head down onto the book or to the floor. Lift up your hips, take cactus arms so the shoulder blades come into place. Strain the arms, keeping the shoulder blades where they are. Slowly lower your hips down. And then work your legs straight. And take rest. Take Shavasana for about 2 minutes. Let your body completely relax. It's a very important part of practice. We have a tendency to get up and jump every time the mind sends a subtle command. So this is a practice of working against that. Notice in your body what feels. So your body should feel like a stone that's been plunged into the middle of a pond. Every time you exhale, your body sinks deeper into that pond. Moving deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. If your mind starts to wander, bring the attention back to your breath. Allow your body to sink. Allow your body to relax more and more with each exhalation. And bring the awareness back to your breath. Bring the awareness back into your body. Start wiggling fingers and toes, rotate your wrists and ankles. Slowly bring your arms back up behind the head. Straighten your legs. Come into a big stretch of the inhale. Reach, reach, reach through your fingers and toes. Exhale, just let it go. Bending your knees, rolling onto the right side. Use your right arm like a pillow. Bring the left hand on the floor in front of your chest. Just stay here for a couple breaths. And then when you're ready, come up to a comfortable seated position. Namaste. Thanks for joining my class at this new time. I hope it works for a lot of people. If anybody does have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. It really helps me understand what you need. And then I can better tailor the classes to what the students are asking for. I'm doing an Art of Lifting workshop in June, so please keep an eye on Instagram to see what's happening there if you're interested. And that's all. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone again. There's talk at SAN about trying to open up as soon as possible for phase 1, so it's possible I see there. I'm not sure. This looks fuzzy to me. There. Did you just do a fuzzy class? Hey, Regina, I didn't know you were here. Thanks for joining. It's always lovely to know that you're there on the other side of the lens. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Again, don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. Oh, yes, and Regina, now that you're here, reminds me, we're looking to launch an online version of the Yoga Teacher Training Program that's going to come in August, from August 3rd to the 26th. So it's a teacher training / intensive. You don't have to do the whole thing. You can just do part of it. And the good thing about it being online is, number one, you can do it from home. Number two, it's a hell of a lot cheaper because we're cutting out a lot of overhead. So we're looking at about $1,200, $1,200 to $1,400 for the entirety of the program, and it gives you your 200 certification if you wanted the whole thing. Okay, something to think about, ponder, and talk to your friends. Apart from that, thanks for joining me today. I hope this helped you. And again, don't hesitate to shoot me any questions, okay? Bye-bye.